Hello and welcome back, everyone. Scootsy16 here with another episode of the Chem Lock League. The favorites just split the doubleheader against the Rippers, which put us back into the wild card running and potential to win the division still, as we're only a game behind the Dive Bombers, who have not been incredible the rest of this back half of the season. We already beat them once this year. And if we can win out and they might lose one more, we may be able to pass them in run differential. So we at least are sitting in the wild card, but we need to keep winning in order to stay in there, as we are competing with a lot of teams there for that last wild card spot. We did make a roster move at the end of the last episode. We dropped Evie Frown in replacement for Harsh Richardson. We're probably going to have Fernanda Branch focusing only at shortstop for the rest of this season. Evie Frown didn't do anything wrong, but she does have that tier 2 choker trait, which was very scary, especially as we get closer to the playoffs. And Harsh Richardson, decent bat with a really great arm at third base, is somebody we can hopefully have hold down the fort. There's a couple of other roster moves we're considering, but we're going to wait for right now, as we are also trying to get development for Tiger Gray to potentially lose that easy target trait. But I've set the lineup and we're ready to get started. I have Tiger Gray still leading off, Fernanda Branch locked in at short today, Odin Thomas locked in and right. We have RJ Solomon juiced for this matchup, so that's really fun to see if he can get his offense going. Makai Peterson will stay in left field at third in the 5th spot. Aaliyah Sesame will have Ace Exterminator activated. She's getting tired, but we're going to keep her in there for another game here. Jack Mars, still tense, will be at second base, followed by Marcel Vincent, who's tense. And getting his first start with us is Harsh Richardson at third base. We're going to keep our standard away or home uniform, and we are going to head out to Colonial Plaza. Scroungers are sitting at 5 and 7. They have their ace on the mound against Victor Simmons, who's our number 2 starter. It's going to be a tough matchup for us, but if we can fight through McCarthy and his incredible arm, we might be able to get another win here, especially Victor Simmons being a pretty solid pitcher for the most part. Carrillo comes up. He's on fire, batting .381, 1 home run and 3 RBIs. He's going to be at second base today. And Victor Simmons will come up to the mound and serve one up to deep right center field. First pitch will be a home run right over the wall there in the stands. And for the third straight game, we give up an early run in the first inning to the opponent. Really frustrating start, and Victor, you better settle in like Asher Garcia did in the last game. He's already tense and now facing off against Biff Smalls, is that his name? Yep, who has tier 2 Mind Gamer. Falls behind 0-2. Tough out activates for Smalls, and he'll line one into right field. Coming in on it, and will catch it is Odin Thomas on the run. Good play from the right fielder. First out of the game, and Pork Marsh will come up batting .219. Good hitter here. Simmons back to neutral mojo. First pitch will get across as a strike. Pulls one foul here, and it's 0-2. Swings through strike 3. First strikeout of the day for Victor Simmons, and the gauntlet doesn't end as now Cam Resplendent comes up locked in. .324 average, 3 home runs, 9 RBIs. First pitch late, he fouls it off. Has 2 negative traits, but he's still got a lot of really great talent at the plate. Slowpoke will have him running slowly to first base, and Richardson, with his first chance, will get the out at first. Gives up the solo home run, but settles in afterwards, getting the next 3 batters out, but we're down 1-0 here, which again is a deficit we might not be able to climb out of when we're facing off against Amari McCarthy. Getting some help from Easy Target. And Tiger Gray will hold on that one, take it for strike 1. Strike 2. And strike 3 swinging. There's a shame. And Fernanda Branch will come up. She is locked in. Tier 2 contact versus righties activated. Takes a strike. Batting .333 on the year. Lofts this one inside out into right field. Down in front of Long Pants. He can't make the play. It traps it. And that's going to be safe. So a 1-out single for For Nana Branch, she's on first. For Odin Thomas, who's locked in. Average now up to 524 with 5 home runs and 12 RBIs on the year. Coming on as of late with 2 home runs in the last game. Takes the ball low. He gets ahead in the count 2-0. Good spot for him. And he'll pull one. Nice diving play. And Biff Smalls holds the ball in the infield. He's able to get Odin Thomas out at first base, but the runner does advance to second. So it'll be 2 outs, runner on second for RJ Solomon, who's juiced. He'll take a ball low and away. RJ batting .457 this year with 3 home runs and 9 RBIs. Let's see if we can get another one here. Takes a strike. Swings through strike 2. It's a 2-2 count. And pulled down the left field line, just foul. We'll do it again. Good hit from RJ, and he swings through strike 3. What a shame. We don't get anything there. We get a base hit, but a runner stranded on second base, and that's how the inning will end. We're still down 1-0, heading into the top of the second. And it'll be Darren Patrick batting .192 on the season. First pitch will be a ball. Second pitch grounds to second. Mars to Gray out number 1.
The designated hitter, number 14, Gustav Ashley.
Ashley comes up with Tier 2 Mind Gamer, batting .303 with no home runs and 5 RBIs. And Victor Simmons, after the home run, his ERA jumped up a bit, but he's at .386 on the season. It's a 1-1 count to Ashley. Scroungers have given us trouble, even when they're not at their peak performance. This one's popped up into foul territory. Long run for everybody. Can anybody get to a diving play? And Tiger Gray just misses that one. New life here, and it goes the other way, and now Richardson dives and can't make the play. That one lands foul. 2-2. Chases strike 3 out of the zone, and there it is. We have 2 outs for Long Pants. Chico with Tier 2 bad ball hitter. Lines right to Richardson, and that's a quick out number 3 to end the inning. Clean one for Simmons, and we head to the bottom of the second. It'll go 5-6-7 for the favorites. Mackay comes up. She's at a .324 average. She's been off and on all season long. And she'll hit one hard to right field, but it's going to be cut off by Biff Smalls. He'll take it to the bag himself for out number 2. Out number 1. I keep losing track of outs here. Aaliyah batting .160 on the year. She has had Ace Exterminator activated a lot this season and hasn't been able to do much with it. She does lace that one up center field, and Resplendent, even with his speed, can't get to it in time. So Aaliyah is able to get a 1-out double here. Big moment for the favorites with a runner in scoring position, and Jack Mars coming up batting .381 on the season. Tense, but 4 home runs and 9 RBIs. Takes the ball outside. Ball low. 2-0 count for Jack. Ball in the dirt. 3-0. Let's see if he gets the green light here. I'd say no. Takes ball 4 high. So playing around the very scary Jack Mars. He has been cool as of late, but still can run into one anytime. Marcel Vincent batting .324 is still tense. Tier 2 bad ball hitter activated. Outside pitch taken for a strike. Strike taken high, and it's an 0-2 count for Vincent. Takes the ball outside. Ball just misses inside. Scary pitch to take there. 2-2. Vincent can't catch up to the 90-mile-an-hour fastball, and that's strike 3 swinging. That's what it looks like, folks. Tier 3 first pitch prayer on Harsh Richardson. He comes up batting .214 on the year. First at bat with us, he swings at the first pitch. Prayer not answered. It's foul. 2 on, 2 outs. He grounds one foul, and he falls behind 0-2. And he lost this one over the third baseman. Getting down in left field, Harsius comes up throwing, and Aaliyah Sesame will score from second base. That ties the ball game. Huge hit from Harsh Richardson, his first with the team and his first at bat, and he ties this ball game. Now Tiger Gray comes up. He struck out in his first at bat. He takes the ball low here. Good spot to capitalize. Tiger misses on strike 1. Take strike 2, frozen on the slider. 35th pitch from McCarthy is checked and held. 2-2 now, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Tiger will pull one foul. Chases low and in. He strikes out. He shatters his bat. Really frustrating at bats from him or just recently. That's a shame. But we did tie the game. Hash Arceus, our new third baseman, comes through with a big base hit, and we're back to even now. Let's see if Victor Simmons can hold it as he faces off against Dina Andrews, who is a former favorite. She's locked in. 0-2 count. She swings through strike 3. Really leveling up that fastball. He goes 103 high and in, and it's swung through for strike 3, first out of the inning. Hash Arceus comes up, the number 9 hitter. First pitch fouled off, late swing. It's one hard to right field, but easily playable for Odin Thomas, who gets that for out number 2. And we move to the top of the lineup. Neil Carrillo, 1-for-1 with a solo home run to lead off this game. He dribbles to second on the first pitch. It's a 1-2-3 inning, so that's a really great pitching performance from Victor Simmons. We head to the bottom of the third. It's a tie ball game, 1-1. We go 2-3-4, starting with Fernanda Branch, who's 1-for-1 with a single. She's still locked in. Tier 2 contact versus righty. She uses it to foul one off. Another foul here, and McCarthy starting to get tired. He's just at about half stamina at 40 pitches. Oh, what a play from McCarthy. He stabs at it, and what looked like a liner that was going to sneak through the middle of the field ends up being a line out for out number 1. And Odin Thomas will come up locked in. He grounded to the first baseman. Sharply hit. He pops up here in foul territory. Looks like it's going to be playable. Getting over to it and catching it is Darren Patrick. What a shame from Odin Thomas. 2 outs for RJ Solomon. He's juiced, but he struck out in his first at-bat. Fouls the first pitch off. Chased low. Checks high, and it's a ball. That one's outside, but he fouls it off. And he chases inside. So 2 strikeouts here for RJ after being juiced. Nothing happening in the third for us. Damari McCarthy mows down our 2-3-4 hitters. And now we go to the top of the fourth. It'll go 2-3-4 for the Scroungers this time, starting with Smalls. First pitch strike. Second pitch way late on the fastball. Simmons locked in. Tough out activates on the 0-2. Ball inside. Foul ball there, and it's still 1-2. Pulled down the right field line, and it's still pulled foul. If Smalls will take strike 3, frozen at the top of the zone. Great pitch from Victor Simmons. And Marsh will come up 0-for-1. Very potent hitter and very scary. Strike 1 taken. 104 on the gun. A shattered bat. Victor Simmons will focus on the ball as he has to dodge a few pieces of the bat. Coming right back at him. He'll get the out. Great focus from the pitcher. And now with 2 outs, here comes Cameron Splendid, still locked in. Sends one to deep left center field, playable, and camped underneath it is Vincent. Hauls it in to end the inning. So another 1-2-3 inning for Victor Simmons. We're through the 3.5 innings here. Going to the bottom of the fourth now. Mackay comes up 0-for-1, average at 314. Might be her last game with us. And she hits one hard to first base. Biff Smalls with a nice diving play. He gets a mojo boost as he gets help from the pitcher, covering the base in time, and that's out number 1. Tough luck from Mackay. Now Aaliyah Sesame will come up. Again, Ace Exterminator activated. And she muscles another one to right center field. That is going to hit the base of the wall. Bounces back to Resplendent, heading to second base, and will slide in safely. Aaliyah Sesame with 2 at-bats. That's going to be 2 doubles for her. And she's in scoring position again for Jack Mars, who walked last time, is still tense. And 50th pitch for McCarthy will be fouled off. Ball outside. Jack looking for a pitch to drive. He's ahead in the count 2-1. Pulls one foul. It'll make the count 2-2. And he swings through strike 3. Good pitch from McCarthy. Jack Mars has been very frustrating to deal with lately. And now Marcel Vincent, who's 0 for 1, will have to face off against Crisp Lopside. Crisp with Tier 2 reverse splits and locked in, facing off against Marcel Vincent, who's a lefty. So we'll be dealing with the reverse splits as well as Tense Mojo in a high-pressure situation. Takes the ball there. It's a 2-1 count with 2 outs and a runner on second. Vincent fouls one off. Pulls another one foul. Just barely staying alive here. And popped foul. Crisp with a 2.63 ERA, an 0.80 whip, and a strikeout there will get them out of the inning. So we get out of dealing with Damari McCarthy, and now we have to deal with Crisp Lopside, former favorite, former outlaw. See if we can get to him later in this game. We're still tied 1-1 into the top of the 5th here. And Simmons still locked in. Ball inside. It's a 2-1 count to Patrick. Fouls one off, make it 2-2. And popped up, it'll be foul and out of play. Lands on top of the dugout. Swings through strike 3. So Simmons ends up being very persistent. Gets the out. Another strikeout for him. And now Ashley comes up. Max pressure, Tier 3 or Tier 2 mind gamer. That'll just bring Simmons back to his normal accuracy as he's still locked in. Pops one foul there. It's a 1-2 count. And dribble down the third baseline. Easy play for Richardson. We'll throw across the diamond for out number 2. Long Pants comes up 0 for 1. Great power, below average contact. Batting 257. First pitch taken for strike 1. Has Tier 2 bad ball hitter. Fouls one off. He falls behind 0-2. Simmons will get a dribbler in front of the plate. Sesame out of the crouch. Gets it over to first. Out number 3. And we've gone through the 5th. And Victor Simmons with a hell of a performance here. Might be going for the complete game. But before we get there, we have to see if we can score a run here. Harsh will be replaced by Dash Boyd. That's an interesting decision. So Dash coming up as a pinch hitter here. I think one of the first at-bats, his first at-bat of the year, actually. 2-0 count. And he'll get a ground ball up the middle. Diving play from Carrillo. He gets up and makes the play at first base. And that is where Slowpoke from, Tier 3 Slowpoke from Dash Boyd really hurts him there. First out, and now Tiger Gray will come up with Tier 2 easy target and reverse splits activated against him. Takes a first pitch strike. Pop one foul there. Ball inside. Come on, Tiger. Crisp was still locked in, and a grounder to third. Patrick lofts one over to first base. That's out number 2. And now Branch will come up. She's 1 for 2 with a single. Looping curveball will be taken for a strike. These two have been teammates a few different times in their careers. And Fernando will ground to first. So easy play from Smalls as he grounds, or as he will toss it to Crisp Lopside to end the inning. Fernando loses mojo. And that was an uneventful bottom of the 5th. So now Andrews will come up. She's still locked in, but 0 for 1. Boyd gets replaced by Esme Floggins at third base. And first pitch swinging will be lofted into center field. Quick out for Marcel Vincent.
Number 33, Ash Arceus.
1 out, and Arceus will come up. 0 for 1 with 214 batting average, excuse me. First pitch called for a strike. Ball just misses there. And a liner to Esme. She'll get the short hop, and she'll toss to first, out number 2.
Number 42, Neil Carrillo.
And Carrillo comes up still on fire. He's 1 for 2, had the home run to lead off this game. And Simmons will get him to foul one off. Only 52 pitches in. Ball inside. Ball in the dirt. 2-1 count to Carrillo. Still locked in as Simmons. He gets a strike swinging, and it's a 2-2 count. Chase strike 3. 101 on the gun in the 6th inning. And Victor Simmons with a hell of a performance after giving up a solo home run. He deserves the win. He can get it if we can get ourselves a run here. Our Odin Thomas will start things off. He's 0 for 2. He's back to neutral mojo. Oh, man. I would love it if he can run into one on the walk-off win here. Fouls one off. It's a 1-1 count. He is affected by the reverse splits. Doesn't matter if he can get a hold of a bad ball here. 1-2. Off the end of the bat, will ground to third. Errant throw, and it's going to get out of play. Heading to second base is Odin Thomas. He's going to be in scoring position. And heading to third, Biff Small's not a strong arm. And that's going to be a huge, huge moment for the favorites as an errant throw from Darren Patrick, who is tense and a weak fielder altogether. Throws over the first baseman. It doesn't go out of play. And the infield is in. The outfield is shallow. And RJ Solomon is still juiced. He sends one deep center field. That's going to win this game. Is it going to get all the way out? It does. He strikes out twice before he comes through with a home run against former favorite, former outlaw, Chris Blobside. A 2-run shot from RJ Solomon wins this ball game in walk-off fashion. The favorites win another one against the Scroungers here, 3-1. 3 runs on 5 hits. Thanks to the error, we get the victory. Good hustle from Odin Thomas, who didn't need to run that hard with RJ hitting the home run. 1 run on 1 hit with 1 error for the Scroungers. Folks, Victor Simmons gave up a home run to lead off the ball game and was perfect the rest of this game. Didn't allow another base runner after the leadoff home run. Oh my God, so close to a perfect game. So close to a no-hitter. We'll take it. What a great performance from Victor Simmons. We'll look at that in just a second. Not a lot of offense coming from our side, which I think we expected. We had the game tying hit from Hash Richardson. We had the 2-run homer from RJ Solomon, which won this game. And then a base hit from Fernanda Branch. 2 doubles from Aaliyah Sesame and a walk from Jack Mars were all of the offense from us. McCarthy pitched well, not well enough. 3 2/3. He gave up 4 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. Lopside gets a loss. 1 1/3, giving up 1 hit, 1 earned run. It was a home run and 1 strikeout. It's not an earned run for Odin Thomas because that was because of the error. Victor Simmons gets the win. 6 innings, 1 hit, 1 earned run. It was a home run and 6 strikeouts. Again, he gave up a leadoff home run to start this game and then was perfect the rest of the way. He gets the number 1 spot, deservedly so. RJ Solomon will get the number 2 spot, and Aaliyah Sesame number 3. Our winning ways continue here in the back half of the season, but this is going to be a challenge. This last 2 games will be against the frickin' Burglars in a doubleheader. Which of these 2 will lose loyalty? I have to go with Fernanda here. It's really sad, but Jericho he's become too good for us. Between these 2, I'll take Esme. I don't think it matters. I think neither are going to be back on our team next year if we go next year. Quick sim to our next game, which is the first of a doubleheader. And the Dive Bombers, they won. No, they didn't play a game. So we have a half a game behind them right now with an 8-6 record. We have +5 run differential. So if they lose, we would actually potentially take the lead in the division if they lose by at least 2 runs. We don't know that yet because we're going to play ahead of them, and we are facing against the Burglars, who are sitting at 5-7. They have a -17 run differential, so it looks good in our favor, but we have to face off against our former starter in Cumula Lawrence. This is going to be tough. Let's see what happened since the last game ended. -6 contact for McCormick. He just got a little bit cheaper. That's unfortunate, but we saw Dash Boyd gain the infield-outfield secondary position, which is amazing with how good he is as a defender. Aaliyah Sesame just gained infield-outfield, which is amazing. And then some development there for RJ Solomon. I don't think we have enough to afford this one for Tiger. We're just short. And it's a 60% chance that it's going to go away next time. Ah, what a shame. All right, well, I think we still go ahead and make some moves here. So the first move I want to make, I would like to bring in Muhammad McCormick here for Case and Collier. By doing this, we go to 4.5 million in surplus. If we go that route, then we want to bring in Juliana Wentz for Mackay Peterson. That would be 2.7 that we have left in surplus. And that would give us room to do what? We could bring in... Oops, that's the wrong move. Let's see, we could bring in... Instead of Avery Connor, who has just regressed a little bit, we could drop... we have about 2.7, I said, left. So we could drop Avery Connor, and we could bring in probably nobody here. Except for Carmelo Sparks again. He's not a bad option, actually. But I don't know if I want to go that route. Gosh. Do I do it? Who's the better pitcher between these two? I would say... Connor has got the velocity with the elite four-seam fastball. And gets ahead. Let's see, our pitchers... Yeah... I think I keep Connor, and I think this is our bullpen for the home stretch here. There's no room for either of these. We could go with Waldo Ho instead of Ford Richardson. He's a lefty, actually, and would have an elite four-seam fastball and would not have meltdown. We'd have the room to afford this move. And we would gain some accuracy. We would stay the same at velocity, slight drop in junk, which I'm fine with because we would still have that elite four-seam fastball. Now, do we have... Oh, we already have Bauer and Rodrigo Harper in the bullpen. So Waldo Ho is essentially a duplicate of Rodrigo Harper here with a slower fastball, which we could afford that one maybe next round after the next game, but... Or we can bail on Marcel Vincent, who has not been successful for us, and we could bring back Juliana Wentz. This is a very cheap... This would be a big drop in price. And I don't know if it hurts us much. Although I will say Vincent has done well since he joined us again. Gosh, I am so stuck on what to do here. I really don't know. I'm also curious to see if there's ways to afford any of these moves. So like this right here, like Archie Barton on our team in the playoffs, even with tier 3 clutch, which goes minus 50, or I'm sorry, tier 3 whiffer, his tier 2 clutch, I'd drop him to 49 contact, which sucks, but only with a 2-strike count. And he is a former home run. He's actually holding the record for most home runs in a season. Instead of going that route, we can afford Lorelei. Oh, that's an interesting move, actually. Man, this is tempting. But we already have RJ Solomon as our DH. Archie would probably switch to that DH spot. Clutch has got me so tempted. But what is that move? It is plus 4.5, and we would just have enough room. Wait, hear me out. Sorry, Bailey. My dog just jumped when I did that. Hear me out. If we were to release Marcel Vincent for Juliana Wentz, that bumps us to how much? 9.4 million in surplus. Then if we were to get rid of Hash Richardson, who's the more expensive one here, we could afford Chirp Wallace. He has noodle arms, so that's not ideal, and he only plays second base, also not ideal. We couldn't bring him in because he is a disciplined player. We could bring in Archie Barton, just reinforce the offensive side of things, but he wouldn't be able to help us defensively because he can only play second. Then we have Joshua Woods here, who has bad jumps, would be at tier 2. That's fine. He's not fast. I don't care. Would have tier 1 off-speed hitter, which isn't ideal, but 92 contact, 99 power, and he can still be our starting shortstop. Weaker arm, but decent fielder, and we would put Fernanda Branch back at third base. We would just be... Wait, would we be able to afford 9.7? What was the drop in price here? Would put it at 9.4, so we wouldn't be able to afford Joshua Woods. That's a shame. But could we afford... We could afford Lorelei Von Crum, and the same thing. She could play short, bumps Fernanda back to third. We have a much better starter in the lineup offensively with the 87 contact and 90 power. And it would be viable for our chemistry as well. Oh, I think I'm going to do this. So silly that I just spent more to bring in Juliana Wentz back, but I think this makes more sense, and Marcel hasn't convinced us he should stay. So I bring Juliana back. Okay, I want to double check this one more time so I'm not making a rash move. So if I bring this back, I will go up to 5 crafty players. Then I want to bring in, oops, went the wrong way here. Then I want to bring in McCormick, who would replace Case and Collier. That would be 6 crafty players, and we would drop to 3 spirited players. So that means I can't do any more crafty players. The next move would be that I bring in Lorelei Von Crum for Harsh Richardson. We would still have enough room to drop a scholarly player, and we would go back up to 4 spirited. So this is working perfectly. And then I guess the next thing would just be if we can decide on another pitcher before the end of the season, that would be the last move we would consider making. So I'm going to move forward. I'm going to go McCormick for Collier. It's a plus 0.5 that we're adding to our budget, but we're getting a better defender behind Sesame again. Then we're going to go with Juliana Wentz back in the lineup, replacing Marcel Vincent. We're at 8.9 in surplus. Then we're going to go with Lorelei Von Crum to replace Harsh Richardson, excuse me. I kept calling him Hash. And that'll put us at plus 2.3 in surplus. I think our lineup just got better. Now, if we get to a point where we can afford, let's see what this would look like. We could still do this chemistry-wise. We're at 3.1 above surplus for Joshua Woods. I don't think he'll drop enough because he needs to lose 0.8. But if he does, then we could bring him in. I think somebody will sign him beforehand. And I'm okay with that because we would get a slight upgrade in a lot of spaces here. But I'm fine with this. I honestly feel hopeful. For the first time in a long time, I feel hopeful. The only thing I think I would love to do would be to bring in a 4th starter, but they're just not an option right now. Lansley for Connor would be a 1-for-1 move here in every shape of the phrase, but I still think Connor is the better player to have on the team versus Lansley. We have a lot of elite 4-seam fastballs. I feel hopeful here. Oh, I was thinking about Ford Richardson. Who was I going to move forward for? Waldo. That's right. Waldo Ho for Ford Richardson. It's another 0.5. Can still afford to do that with our... I'm going to leave it as is just because of the lefty-righties and because Richardson will be a little bit cheaper and it might give us room to make one more move. So, oh my goodness, that took some finagling, huh? So that means we probably can't afford this. We could still buy it in one game if it's available, so I still hope that we can, but I don't expect it. If we could get rid of that, that'd be amazing. So then that leaves us with our doubleheader to finish this series. To finish this season, excuse me, potentially finish the series. If we lose one of these games, we might be done, folks. So we'll set the lineup here before we finish up. It will be, I'm going to give the start to... I'm going to give the start to Cairo Cohen here. He is at full stamina. Or I guess slightly below full stamina. And then we'll see what we need to do for game 4 or game 16, the last game of the doubleheader here. I think I trust Cairo more. We're gonna give him the start. Tiger Branch, Thomas, Solomon, Peterson, Sesame, Jack is still tense, Juliana Wentz in center, and Lorelei Von Crum. We're going to flop their position here. Fernanda Branch will go back to third, and Lorelei will stay at short. I'm excited to see her in this lineup. I am hopeful that she will produce for us. Slower, so I will put her maybe here. And that'll put Wentz in the number 9 spot, which is, again, exciting. The potential is here, folks. It's just a matter of whether we can execute. Oh, God, I'm nervous. Cumulo is an ace, so that means Aaliyah Sesame will have Ace Exterminator activated. She actually used it to her advantage in this last game, so there's hope there. I forgot to mention, or check this, but Lorelei... Oh, I can't do it from this screen. That's so annoying. Lorelei, how's she been this season, or this year, or since we've done this franchise? Average? A little bit below average. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, she is a former All-Star. That'll be what we check before we finish up here. And season 1, let's see. Von Crum is not a very common name. I swear she was a All-Star at some point. Oh, there she was. She was a All-Star in... Let me see if she was an All-Star in any of these other previous... Most recent... She was an All-Star in Season 6. So she was an All-Star in Season 6 for the Blurs. That was her... That was her... Geez, that was a pretty weak showing for her to be an All-Star last year with 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. The team must have been pretty rough. Yeah, that's a crazy season to make it to the... Oh, I think the Blurs dumped a lot of salary. She was also a All-Star in Season 4, which would have been the number 1, the first season with the favorites here. That season, she ended up with a 304 batting average with 2 home runs. So she hasn't lit the world on fire by any means, but I believe her Season 2 stats were much better when she made the All-Star game. Yeah, she had 23 total bases. She had a triple, a double, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, and a 778 OPS. So she's been a solid, serviceable player for most of her career. Made it to 3 All-Star appearances in 7 seasons so far. Or I guess 6 seasons so far because we haven't counted this season yet. So, interestingly enough, we have a former All-Star on the team, so hopefully she can provide some success offensively for us. I'm excited. I hope you like these moves. Let me know what your thoughts are. Again, we went ahead and reinforced our catching unit with McCormick being back on the team. We ended up bringing Wentz back to replace Marcel Vincent, who just did not really show up for us. And then we ended up bringing in Von Crum to replace Harsh Richardson, who ended up coming up with a big hit again with us, but he wasn't going to be a viable part of this team going forward. So hopefully Von Crum can be. So that's where we're at. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.